Right, we are just departing my building entrance. We're at the bottom of 2nd December Street, which is right in the heart of Satwa. It's in an area called Satwa, or Albadar, or Jafilia. I'm obviously going to have to do a little bit of competing with traffic in the background here. But this is nice. This is my entrance to the building, locked at all times, and then kind of we're out into the street. So the idea of this video is just to walk around the building I live in. Is on the busy street. Used to be like the I don't know what you call it really, like one of the premium streets of Dubai in the 1970s and 80s. At the end of the street there's Union House, which is like a significant heritage building. It's where the UAE came into effect, where the two sheikhs, Sheikh Zayed and Sheikh Rashid, enacted like the union. And so this street here, Diyafah Street, has always been on the radar as like being like we're bringing dignitaries to town. Let's show them a decent street. So there's always been shopping options and restaurant options that have changed. I've lived in this area for over 20 years. They change a lot, but I thought today we'd just do like a little city tour or a street tour, just to see what this end of Dubai is like. Obviously, I should tell you that this is not what you would regard the hot end of Dubai as far as people sort of relocating to Dubai or locating to Dubai would be concerned. This is definitely a bit more of a heritage area. It's an older area. The buildings are a bit older. Nothing really brand new getting built. Well, there are some new builds, but it's mainly old buildings. For example, the building I live in at the end of 2nd December Street, if I call it Diyafah Street, it's because it used to be Diyafah Street, and then it got renamed 2nd December Street. So the older expats probably use both names equally, but Al Diyafah or 2nd December Street. So I think my building was built in '97, which is a long time ago, man. But it's well maintained and it's spacious, and you know, I guess that's fine. So once I sort of turn, we'll be on 2nd December Street, Al Diyafah Street, and we'll have a little walk around up. We'll probably walk up the west side of the road first, and then come down the opposite side. And we're about, the time now is around about 4 o'clock, so we'll catch that end of the day, hopefully. I should tell you that I'm recording this on a DJI Pocket 3, which Osmo, which arrived from Amazon today. So nice bit of kit, just checking it out. Comes with a mic and all that good stuff, so hopefully you can hear me over the traffic. Fully charged. Let's set off. Right, this is a grocery store with a grabber. These guys opened just about 6 months ago. They're doing all right on this side of the road. So we'll just take you down to the bottom of this road. This is a nice like Thai hot potty style restaurant, street grill. Opticians never seem to have any customers. Grandpa Pizza, which is interesting. So there used to be in Dubai a legendary pizza chain, Round Table they were called. They closed down. They had about 3 or 4 stores in Dubai. The main one was here on Diyafah Street. They also had some on Gahood and place like that. They closed about 15 years ago. So they were a really popular pizza chain. And then they closed down, and Like, this shop was vacant for so long. I think it was a coffee shop and stuff like that. And then Grandpa Pizza opened, which, you know, has nothing to do with Round Table Pizza until you look at the menu and you realise they're identical. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe the Round Table Pizza had a famous pizza. It was called a King Arthur Special. So you can see everything was randomly named after like myths and stuff. So Grandpa Pizza has exactly the same menu, and their Grandpa Special is exactly the same as what the Round Table King Arthur Special was. So beauty salon. And then down here there's a ridiculous shop. Well, I'd say it's ridiculous. Yves de Morne, whatever that is. So I've never seen anybody ever in this shop as a customer. But if you want to know why, you go and ask the price of a bath towel, and they're about $200 or $300. They're about 1,000 dirhams for a bath towel or a robe or something like that. So not entirely sure what that's all about. But like I said, I've never ever seen a customer in there. So there's a, there we got over there the, just try and get the Crown Plaza Hotel is over there. This is a nice big mega mosque. Having a little trouble with my gimbal. That's there, and then in the background there's like the Hamdan bin Rashid Foundation. So that's this kind of side, the little bottom corner of Diyafah Street. As you can see up there, that's the high rises on the skyline, or the backside of Sheikh Zayed Road. So there's a few hotels there and stuff like that. Sheraton, I think, and there's a couple of others. There's a Sheraton, there's a Hilton as well. And then this is something of an something that's definitely come up. This is Al Baik, Saudi chicken franchise. This building, since I've lived in this building for over 10 years, and they've had like probably in that 10 years, they probably had 10 different shops occupying that space. But Al Baik opened 2 years ago and has been a huge success. This is Firas Sweets. Nice Arabic sweets and pastries. Kanufa, which is made famous by the Dubai chocolate brand. And they do all sorts of nice stuff in there. This shop has just recently closed. It was another optician's. Never had anybody in there. And then the Cinnamon Tree restaurant is a Sri Lankan restaurant with a Christmas tree. Are we allowed to call them Christmas trees these days? I don't know. Anyway, we're going to cross over. Right, so what I've done here is I've kind of crossed the road and then come down to the end of the other side of Diyafah Street. So that's the mosque there that we had a look at earlier on. It's very nice. That opened about 18 months ago. The hotel over there is a Crown Plaza. It's got a few bars in it and restaurants. It's quite a nice space. 5-star. Allegedly, apparently. So this is the end of Diyafah Street, 2nd December Street. It's a very popular store in Dubai, Brands for Less. German company. Loads of clothes, Lacoste, Nike, Adidas, Puma, their own brand stuff. More affordable prices, so good stuff. Little park area, litter strewn, unfortunately, like most of the public spaces around here. You can see the flag there, Sri Lanka and the UAE. So this is a Sri Lankan restaurant called Miramax, Miramix even. Hey there. Been in there a ton of times. They do very nice fish cutlets. This is Boss Salon, used to be a More. Well, it's been rebranded, maybe new owner. And then this is Al Diyafah Gift Centre. Come here if you want like fake gold Burj Khalifa or what is that? Museum of the Future or an Aladdin coffee pot. Burj Al Arab. So we just crossed. So this is Diyafah Street. By the way, the traffic on Diyafah Street is stinking at the best of times. Let Transguard go past. It's a security group. Yeah, no. We've got here, you can see there the cycle and the scooter lanes on the street. Try and avoid getting run over. Scooter parking. I've only noticed that for the first time. Live pharmacy. So your challenge today will be to see how many live pharmacies there are on this one street. It's quite surprising, really. So that's live pharmacy that opened about 6 months ago. Big pharmacy store. This is Sondos, my preferred pharmacy. There you go. Been popping in there for years. The entrance to a building. And a barber shop here, no cap. And then Hafid Supermarket is a little phone fixer. Hafid Supermarkets. You need a cuddly camel. Packet of Lay's chips, something like that. There's a little tea hub. It's nice. They do the old Indian karak, little snacks, pakoras, samosas, things like that. Yes, yeah. Hi guys. This is a popular chain of opticians, or pretty widespread in Dubai, Yatim. So you might be spotting a trend. There's an optician there, an optician's over there, an optician's there. That one's closed, by the way. This is open recently, Royal Crown. Another gift emporium. Right, this is an interesting building. This is called the June Centre. And it's owned by one of, I think, Sheikh Mohammed's sisters, maybe. Sheikh Amana, who also owns Wafi and all of that. So that's Wafi Mall. There's all sorts of... I mean, this used to have Burger King, it used to have a big supermarket, it used to have a European hospital, and tons of other, had like a great Chinese restaurant stuff, but yeah, just all closed down. And inside, I mean, that's still all residential, so that's still fully occupied, a residency, with a nice pool, rooftop garden, so it's a really, and it's a lovely, really well-maintained building inside, but outside it's kind of, I don't know, it's obviously in the process of undergoing some sort of transformation or something, but it's been like this for 2 years or even 3 years maybe. You just think they must be losing a ton of money just by having all of that. I think one of the guys who lives in there said that the whole plan is to knock it through into one enormous commercial space, like to be owned by a supermarket chain or something like that. But anyway, that's the June Centre, and as you can see there, I don't know if you can just read the, it's very faint, but this used to be, it says Belhul European Hospital, so yeah, it used to be like a fully operating hospital, clinics, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, like I said, the residency, which is those balcony buildings, they're still occupied. And this is a nice little thing about, so there's a couple of palm trees. Well, one palm tree, one definitely dead palm tree, unfortunately. This is quite a nice little aspect of the street. That's Sheikh Zayed, His Highness, on the right side, the founding fathers of the UAE, and Sheikh Rashid from Dubai. On the on the left side is Sheikh Zayed, on the right side is Sheikh Rashid, the two founding fathers, and they're now deceased, sadly, but they had the vision. Particularly Sheikh Rashid had the vision for Dubai, and Sheikh Zayed had the vision for the bringing the Emirates together, the Union. So they're up there on that's their special, I forget the name, but they wear a special robe over the top, a thal I think it's called, like a dark colour with a gold stitching. Probably get a little better picture of that, should I? And there's a bit of Diyafah Street from the other side, and that nice palm tree framing it. So yeah, that's the two founding father sheikhs. So they would have signed the Declaration of the Union. I'll just show you here. This is an interesting little... They would have signed the Declaration of the Union at the end of Diyafah Street, now 2nd December Street. You can see maybe the flag there, it's a little bit limp, unfortunately. Don't know if you can just see that. Huge flag. And that flag is centred in Union House. So you can get an idea. If we continue down Diyafah Street to the coastline, which is only about 500 metres, 400 metres, we would get to sort of Union House. Pierre Cardin. I'm going to tell you something about Pierre Cardin. I once went to Yerevan and I saw what I believe to be maybe the only Pierre Cardin shop in the world that didn't have a 70 to 75% sale on. It had no sale on, which made it quite unique, I thought. A well-established fashion brand. Affordables here, kind of like a bit of a Brands for Less spin-off, different company altogether, but you know, that sort of cheaper priced product. I'm not sure that's very flattering. A 000000. Right, pharmacy. Small one. There you go. It's quite cute. So another bit of street art or wall art. That's the outline of the UAE. Like waves going into infinity or something like that. Interesting, of course. Oh, you might be interested in this. It's a Dubai bus stop. There's a Dubai bus going to Hamria Port, which is I think it's in a different emirate. That's the RTA, the Roads and Transport Authority, and that's a bus stop. There you go. I think they're air conditioned, so in the summer when it's cranking up like in that sort of 50-degree heat territory, you know, this is definitely our newest player on the block. Jollibee, which is a very popular Filipino fried chicken joint, opened in this sort of cargo container style, and it was only been open 2 weeks, maybe something. Sorry, 2 weeks, something like that. So I walked past it the weekend. It was mega busy. This place has existed forever on Diyafah Street, so this is like an OG. Chon Few. I reckon there'll be some expats from the 70s or 80s will remember this place. That Jollibee's replaced a different, no, Golden Fork was a bit further down, but a really popular old school brand. They departed and Jollibee took over. Chung Fu Hot Pot's been there for a long time, as long as I can remember. This is Carrot World, a jewellery store. I don't know how long that's been there. Pizza Hut in Arabic. Pizza Hut in English. There you go. And pizzas with a Pepsi. Anyway, ubiquitous global franchise. And Gold Star, hi. Hello, hello. I think it's like a little electrical appliances. It's fairly new, 1 year maybe. It's a Filipino brand. Eh? Yes.
What's your page?
No, the McNabanator. The McNabanator. That's all right. I'll come back. So that's Gold Star. So they do like all the electrical appliances. This is going to be something. It's going to be a new plot. There was a building there until a few years ago. It was a bit sort of not exactly derelict, but maybe past its best. So that's Queen's Medical Centre. So inside these buildings, like, so this is like residential mixed use. There's a medical clinic in there, a dental clinic, which I've been to. It's really cool when you go in there. I mean, you go to the lift, you get to the clinic, mega clean, very professional, very well equipped. The staff are great. You would never think it's not like in a hospital, it's just like in a residential block. So strange. So there's a building being cleared here. Something's going to go up there. It's a bit of a shame because if you look over the top, there's some nice street art there. I think that was from a famous photograph. I can maybe just squeeze through there. It's from a famous photograph of some, like a black and white picture. Some Emirati boys chasing a bicycle wheel down a street, you know, like old school. This is lovely, this is charming. This is thank you to our palm chewing brethren who just spit it everywhere. A horrific, horrible, disgusting habit. Of course, the Indians, their habit. This is just a supermarket. It's been here for a while. Got all the Christmas stuff in. Candles, Christmas. I think we're allowed to call them Christmas trees in Dubai. I've heard that that's not so popular anymore in the UK, which seems incredible to me, but there you go. Might just be a bit of sensationalism. Right, we had Pizza Hut 100 metres down the street. Here's a Colonel 4-piece lunch, 19 dirhams. That's not bad. That's about £4. You've got a little seating area. Delivery, of course, there'll be like 50 delivery riders out the back of there, I can guarantee. This crane, this is another hoarding that's gone up. Almer Development. There was like a pretty old building. Look at all that porn, disgusting. There was a fairly old building here. Like some of these, you can see some of these buildings are not in great shape anymore. You know, that one there, not exactly in great shape. This one here likewise, not exactly in great shape. So yeah, some of them are coming down. They'll put something newer, more modern in that space. This is there used to be tons of these on the street. Now there's only one or two, but this is an exchange shop for remittance and foreign currencies. This is a jewellery store. A couple of Rolexes in the window. Look at that. Very nice. Yeah. Rings and necklaces and stuff. The entrance to another building. And then there's like a little beauty store. It's almost like a little pop-up, that. Hey there. And a Filipino snack bar. And then, sorry. Then this one's New Era. This is like a supermarket at the end of the street. This is DSF, Dubai Shopping Festival, selling raffle tickets and stuff like that for raffle draw. And then, well, this one breaks my heart a little bit. This used to be Taza Chicken. It used to be one of the best chicken shops in Dubai. Taza means fresh. Now it's another Life Pharmacy. It's another mega pharmacy as well. So there's one of these at each end of the same side of Diyafah Street. And if I look across, and I just zoom in there, there's another Life Pharmacy at the other side of the street. So that's crazy, isn't it? Like, that's 3 or 4 in very close succession. So, I don't know. They must have found a way of doing some sort of scam, I guess, with medical insurance. Or maybe they're just providing a service to the community. Who can tell? Anyway, that's the end of the western walk of Diyafah Street. Dubai Motocross, I tell you, that shop's been there forever. Certainly since I moved to this part of Dubai. So that's pretty cool. And then you come up here to Satwa Roundabout, which is obviously a roundabout. Very busy one. Used to be a lovely fountain in the middle, and then they changed it to this Expo 2020 thing. I guess it's a fountain still, is it? With a cube. Unfortunately though, those roadwork panels, or whatever they're called, they're never off the roundabout. I don't know what's going on there. It's never been fixed since I moved here 20 years ago. I've heard from somebody that it's going to be completely dug out and it's going to become a stop on the Dubai Metro. Whether that's true or not, we'll find out, but that's what somebody in the know apparently has told me. You might see there a golf ball on the roof. That's a Tislat. And then here's a bit of a landmark. It used to be the Ridges Plaza Hotel, then it became the Chelsea Plaza. Now it's the Lux Hotel, I think, so it's completely changed brands and ownership. It used to be famous for Aussie Legends, which was a bar on the ground floor. The St Andrew's Snug, that was another bar. It used to be famous for Billy Blues, which was like a ribs and steak joint. There was Cactus Cantina, which was a great sort of Mexican cantina, famous for its margaritas. And then there was also Coconut Grove, which was a South Indian restaurant. And there was a Chinese restaurant called White Elephant or White Dragon or something like that. But they all closed down. I mean, there is a ray of hope. I don't know if you can see those the black canopies there with the red writing. It says Ratskis, which is a popular like live music venue that's around town. There's 4 or 5 of them in different parts of Dubai. So, looking down Diyafah Street, the side we just came up, that's kind of the view there. This is a civil defence. I'll not film that, so just to let you know that. So that's a fire station, and we're about to start our walk down the easterly direction, down the other side of Diyafah Street. There's another bit of cool street art. It's from another famous black and white picture. That's Sheikh Mohammed, the current ruler of Dubai, as a child. Thank you. And Sheikh Rashid, who we saw in the picture previously, his father, reading together. So nice. So that's a nice bit of art. I'm not sure what the calligraphy says, but cool. There you go. And like I said, this is like the civil defence. So, Food X, been going here for about 7 or 8 years on the corner. I'll just take a little pause to recalibrate things. But there, just to finish off, look, that's the, from here you get a nice kind of view of the backside of Sheikh Zayed Strip. So that's a cluster of hotels at the end, and then there's the Conrad. That was one of the ones I was trying to think of earlier on. And there are all sorts of, and I don't know if you can just see there, just above the corner of the shopping mall is the top of Burj Khalifa. And there are tons of other hotels, and oh, there's the Emirates Towers, obviously. Those 2 triangular buildings that are in the front and the centre of the picture now. So yeah, that's the backside of Sheikh Zayed Strip, Chelsea Plaza, and we're going to go down the east, well, we're going to walk in an easterly direction down the other side of Al Diyafah Street, 2nd December Street. Right, I think we're ready to go. So this is Food X, like shawarma. You got the rotisserie chicken, machine chicken they call them here. Machine chicken, rotisserie chicken if you're in France. West Zone, which is a ubiquitous supermarket specialised for the Filipino community. Very popular with the Philippine community. Here's some fella just riding his motorbike randomly down the pedestrian sidewalk, fairly standard. This is Life Pharmacy, so that's the third one that we've spotted. This is a cool restaurant. This is Star Volga. It's had various other names over the years. Again, Filipino, their bulalo special, that's a Filipino dish. It's actually really nice, very nice. It's a shin of beef, like hot pot with veggies, bok choy, corn, that sort of stuff. This is obviously something that's closed down. That's the sort of building there, all balconies, probably multiple occupancy rooms in these buildings. That's Panadero, which is a Filipino bakery. Algara Exchange House. And then there's tons of these around the area. This is like, I don't know if they're knockoffs or counterfeits or just cleaned up, but they're sort of good inventory of trainers. Some of them are definitely legit. Some of them maybe a little bit less so. But cool shop. This is a popular one. This is Diva Gen Salon. So this has been on Diyafah Street as long as I can remember. So that's 24 years if we're going right back to my first memories of this street. And this has been here. Offers like haircuts, shaving, but all the other salon treatments as well. Men only on this particular branch. There's a ATM. Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank. West Zone, so we saw West Zone, like, how far? 50 metres back up the road. This is West Zone number 2, 24-hour supermarket. And I say it caters particularly for the Filipino, but it has everything that you would expect, like in any sort of international supermarket. It's not like only Filipino products. And all your daily essentials. So this is cool. This is my favourite spot on Diyafah Street. This is Al Malar restaurant. Originally Beirut, Lebanon. Man, they do good food. They do great juices. The service is great. The shawarmas are fantastic. And they're at a good price point, like really good price point. So I might be smashing one of those a bit later on. You never know. They got the bread bakery, Tanur, for the cheese breads, cheese meat, zatol, all that sort of stuff. This is where they cook up the falafel. Nothing at the moment. The best falafel, yes? Yeah? Yeah. And it's got a really nice outdoor seating space. In the evening this is will be busy, it'll be pretty full, and it's very nice. And like the guy said, you got your machine chicken turning around. Can you imagine ending your life and just being spit roast to grilled perfection? There you go. Yeah, that's all the dishes there. So that's pretty much kebabs, chicken livers, fattoush, which is like a salad, mutton brain. Haven't been brave enough to try that one, I'll be honest. Tongue. I'm not going to call them out on the spellings. But sajuk, which is my favourite down there. It's like a lamb cutlet, mutton cutlet. So this isn't Diyafah Street. This is one of the streets off Diyafah Street. That's a popular place. It's been around for a long time. It's a Sultan Palace Cafe. It's like a shisha cafe. I've been told it's just closed down there. In fact, it looks like it has. It's going to become an MMI. Can you believe that? It's that, for those who do not know, is the brand of booze shops that are licensed to serve or sell alcohol. They don't serve it, sell alcohol in Dubai. So this is another one of those grand outlet, a bit like Kahib further up the street. They sort of resell, repurpose trainers, clean them up, I guess. There you go. This used to be a few more of these. This is Cityland. This is there's another one of these Citylands right in the middle of Satwa, which is the neighbourhood behind that side of Al Badar. Actually, not Satwa. So Cityland, yeah, that might be a new acquisition. Anyway, phone shop. There's another fabric shop there. What I got in? All sorts of sparkly stuff. Now these are around Dubai. These are for paying various things, you know, like topping up your phone, paying for your utilities, Salik, the road tolls and stuff like that. You can even pick up Roblox tokens there. These used to be really popular on the street, not so much now though. This is travel agents, tickets to everywhere. A little cute little antique store. Hi sir, how are you doing? Sunglasses, and this is the like the curved dagger, the kunjar. Yeah, so that's cool. And I don't know if this is legit or not. Old record player and radio, very cool. Philips brand, I think. Can you just confirm that's Philips? I remember, I think it used to be the old logo for Philips. There you go. It's always nice to see that. Rolls Royce parked on the street. There's a barber shop, been in there a couple of times. It's very nice, quiet. Another pharmacy, small one. And then we got Label Store, which is another like kind of like the ones further up the street, trainers and baseball, basketball, vests and stuff like that. Asia Opticians, another opticians. I'm going to guess there's nobody in here. Spooky. I don't know how some of these businesses stay afloat. Right, now we're getting closer back to my apartment block. You might just see there in the distance the red sign, way in the distance, Al Baik. So that's where we came out of. It's probably, say it's far, it's 250 meters. This is another like small fashiony shop, Al Muzna, or reasonably priced stuff. One of my personal favorites here, Kayashon, which is a Korean fried chicken joint. Best fried chicken in Dubai, now at the business end of Diyafah Street. Baskin Robbins, tons of different ice cream flavours. Little grocery store, selling bananas, bread, popcorn, chips, sodas, usual stuff. A new cosmetic store. I've never even noticed this one ever. So there you go. I think that's actually relocated from the other side of the road where the building's been demolished. So that's what I think. Another pharmacy here. I think that's, oh look there. That's quite a nice bit of art. I never even noticed that one. I wonder if that's new. Somebody climbing up the date tree. It looks like the date tree is like all different bits of calligraphy and stuff, which is nice. Collecting dates, that's how they would have done it back in the day. So that's a pharmacy. Seen that one now. Here's another one of these, the backside of a Dubai bus stop. Recyclables, general wastes. Yeah, and there you go, RTA again, same as the last one. Emirates Islamic Bank, not open at the moment. They close early in the UAE, 2 p.m. Although the ATMs and everything stay open 24 hours. This is popular, Popeye's chicken. Not as popular as Al Baik though, look at that, 0 customers. Dunkin' Donuts, quite nice, this opened just about a year ago. Coffee and a donut, this is one thing that drives me nuts though. Fucking plastic everything. Fake plastic trees. I'm not Radiohead, they were a bit ahead of their time, weren't they? This is a really popular restaurant. Obviously I'm coming down not at peak time, this is like people beginning to wrap up for a work day. But this is Beirut. Bit like Al Malar up the road, Lebanese, obviously, Beirut. Shawarmas, kebabs, salads. I've found myself in there thousands of times, particularly after a night out of my local bar, the Boston, which is just across the street. I should show you this because this is one of the best things, sorry, about this particular location. So the hotel I showed you earlier on, Jumeirah Rattan, is licensed. It has 3 or 4 bars in it. The Docks is the main one. The hotel at the end, the Chelsea, and I don't know if you can just see through there, beyond the palm tree, there's like a little green over the door. I can't really get much closer than this. I'll try and put my finger. It's just there. That's a Boston bar. So that hotel, that is a hotel there on the backside. That's the Jumeirah Rattan Hotel. And that Boston bar celebrated its 28th birthday last weekend. So there you go. That for Dubai terms, that in Dubai terms is a long time. I don't know if you can see it. It's just above where that yellow bike box is there. The entrance is like a side entrance to the hotel, has its own little entrance. Happy days. And also cheap pints for regulars if you're a regular in there. This is a cinnamon tree, like I mentioned earlier. This is Sri Lankan. We closed down opticians. When I say cheaper pints, what was it? I think it's 36 dirhams a pint for regulars, like all day, every day. So that's not bad. I mean, particularly when you think in some bars now in Dubai, they're charging 75 dirhams a pint. So that's like one of the, when I say one of the older buildings across the road there. So that's an example of that. And there's a little bit of street art there as well. I'll show you this one between the trees. So this is back to Al Baik. That's actually my apartment up there with the canvas like shade and a little bit of green up there on the top floor. This is the Street Grill and Berry Mart where we started. That's the way into the building. And then yeah, the building opposite, which is above the Life Pharmacy, kind of has this artwork, which it takes you a while to figure out what it is. But it's taken from, again, another like black and white heritage photo. It's all the different entry visa stamps that the UAE has had over the years. So I don't think I'm doing a great job capturing it, I'll be honest. So there's a lady in a burqa and a shayla, which is the face guard, and then there's the oil derrick. Some of it's sideways and some of it's normal, but that's how the photograph was taken. It was just a page from a passport, and it had, you know, some stamps were sideways, some were upside down. That was the flagpole, I think. I might be right. I think it's like the biggest flag or the biggest flagpole in the world. It won a Guinness record for that. And then maybe some other time I'll explore a bit further down there, because that's Union House. This is the mega mosque where we started our tour. And I just wanted to show you this because this is quite nice. We've seen a few examples of street art. There's a list of rules, things you're allowed to do on the grass and not. You're not allowed to sleep there, that's for sure. And this is my building, or the end building of this side of Diyafah Street, and it's got this lovely, I'm not sure if the camera will do it real justice, but it's a nice big sort of calligraphy piece. So that's it. Al Diyafah Street, 2nd December Street, whatever you prefer to call it. And that, I guess that last thing there to finish with is where we had Brands for Less, the German discounted fashion store and home and everything else. That's Al Ghazal Mall. So inside of there's like Canon photography shop, there's medical clinics, chiropractors, that sort of stuff. So that's Ghazal Mall. And then that road there, where the main junction is, and if you can see that, the green lights and everything. That's quite a sort of big junction. That's Al Wasl, well no, that's Al Wasl Road there, on that side, and then when you cross onto the mosque side, it's Almina Road. Almina is the docks. So behind that row of buildings, there's Rasha Dry Docks, which is a massive, massive, massive dry docks. Not surprisingly, it's called Rasha Dry Docks. And then Al Wasl, this road, if you take it like in a southerly direction, which would mean turning left at the junction, takes you down to Jumeirah, Sakim, like the real, I wouldn't say the posh end of Dubai, but the nice, traditionally the well-off neighbourhoods of Dubai. Okay, so we've made it to the end of our walking tour of Al Diyafah stroke 2nd December Street. I haven't even broke a sweat. It's lovely, the weather's perfect here. It's, well, there's the second week of December. It's probably about 19, 20, maybe 21 degrees, a bit of a breeze blowing in. Not bad, nice afternoon for a wander down the street. Right, that's it. Sayonara, suckers.